Hey guys, it's Maymay and welcome to week 36 of our scripture art journaling. And today's scripture comes from Isaiah 43:1. It says, "Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine." I love this scripture because it reminds us of many things. The first being, fear not. And why not? Because he has called us by name, he has redeemed us, and we belong to him. So this is an awesome scripture for anything you're going through in your life right now. It's a great one to think on and lean on. And I feel like I'm at church and left my phone on. Let me turn that off. That is bad news. So, got that turned off. All right. I have decided that through the winter months or through the holiday months, I'm going to start uploading my scripture art journaling on Tuesdays. The reason for that is the weekends get so busy that Thursday, Friday, Saturday is hard for me to add the filming time in and get it uploaded. So to set myself up for success throughout the winter months, you'll find these scripture videos done on Tuesdays. Now, I will still upload the verse on Saturdays to the Facebook page. So if you want to go ahead and keep your schedule as it is, I won't mess that up. You'll still have your verse put on the Facebook page. And then so you can just head over to Hide His Word in My Heart and join that group, and you'll be able to see what the verse is each time. But on the channel, I'm going to move it to Tuesdays. And if you're like me, your holidays are busy, it'll probably be helpful for you too. Now, these color pencils are some that I bought my son just to play with, and I don't have any good color pencils. I need to get some. I've got some watercolor pencils, but no color pencils. And do you see how I printed this? Let me tell you what I did. This image is from the computer. I don't remember where I got it. I went and did a Google search and just found an image I like, saved it, put it on some paper, and then I printed the verse on it with just a little text box here. Have you seen all the coloring that's going around and how it's been very popular for adults to start coloring and how it's supposed to help us to relax? Well, I think that it does. And I've been aching to try coloring again ever since seeing those books. So I thought this would be a cool thing to do in our journals, just to try it out and see what we get. So I've got these pencils. I don't know how this is going to go. We're going to see. I'm going to go in and just color. And one thing I'm thinking is what I may do is color and then maybe just turn some music on and fast forward it for you guys to be able to kind of watch me color, but not have to watch every little bit of it. But I just thought I would try this and see if it is as relaxing as we're being told it is, although I know it is because I love to color. I've colored, when you were little, how much coloring did we do, right? And it kind of takes us back. And the cool thing is, if you think back to when you were a kid, when you colored as a child, you did not care what colors you used and what shading you did. You just colored for fun. And I'm hoping that's what I can learn to do here. I'm very tempted to get one of those adult coloring color books and do some and maybe film it and let you guys watch it. Would you be interested in seeing that? I think I would love to watch somebody color because it mesmerizes me just to watch the color appear on the page. Maybe that's just me, but I thought it might be fun. And if you're interested, let me know below if you would be interested in watching some coloring videos. I think it'd be fun. So I'm just going to first color the cross all brown so we can have our background all colored. By the way, I printed this on watercolor paper because originally I had planned to watercolor it with my new Distress inks. I bought the minis. I didn't buy all of them, but I bought a lot of them the other day from Blitzy. And I was going to watercolor this, and then I remembered that the ink from the printer will smear with water. So I'm glad I caught myself before I got started. I thought, nope, we got to figure out a different way. So I went to the colored pencils, which I really love to use anyway because I love to color with a colored pencil. So, having fun so far. I'm trying to find all the brown back there. It really gets hairy up in here, which is kind of the fun part. And you know what? Coloring really helps you to relax and think about scripture and think about all the blessings that we have, all the things we should be thankful for, and I hope that we all are thankful for. Something else I really love about color pencils is how they are buildable. So I'm going back in and I'm kind of putting in some shadows just kind of in these petals by building the color pencil up, making it a little darker in some areas. If you have colors that are made for blending, like I think the Prismacolors are made that way, then you've got darker shades of each color, but I don't. So I'm just going to go back and like here, for example, where this meets the petal, I'm just going to darken that up just in that area. And this is always something you can come back to after you're through coloring and even add more. Notice how I keep spinning my page. I like to spin my work around. I think I can get in places better that way. Okay, I'm going to go like that to start with. Now I've decided I want to do my flowers in fall colors, even though they're not really fall colors. They are more, they're not really fall flowers. They're more like spring flowers, but I'm going to pick all of these pretty colors that remind me of fall. I really want to put some of this turquoise in, but I don't know if I'm going to get to do it. But I'm going to use these fall colors and see what I can come up with. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this orange and just kind of, let's start with a flower down here. And I'm just going to try to lay some in, just a light coating of orange. So that'll be kind of the lighter color of the petal. Just a nice light coat. Okay, then I'm going to take this next color, which is a little bit darker, and I'm going to come from the tip. I'm just going to color the tip in a little darker. And then I'm going to come up from the bottom too. So I'm doing this one petal to show you. Then I'm going to come back with the one I started with and lightly blend that together. So we're just shading. Okay, next I'm going to take this red here and I'm going to come at the base and I'm barely pressing down. I just want a little darker at the base and around this edge. Then maybe just a tiny bit at the tip of the darkest color. And again, take this lighter orange and bring that together. So I'm going to do the same thing again on this next petal where you guys can see it a little better. A light coating of the lightest orange, just a light color here, barely pressing, just to lay down some color. Okay, then the second color of orange, throw it down. Okay, I'm going to come to the tip and just pull it out. And then pull it out from the bottom. And then the red. Bring it to the tip and pull that in. And a little at the base of this petal. Then take this lightest color again and bring it all together. Isn't that so pretty? I love how that's looking. All right, I'm going to do this whole flower that way. So there's one flower done. What do you think? I like it. Now what I'm going to do, as I was coloring, I was thinking, what can I do for the second flower? I'm going to take these yellows and this orange, and I'm going to do a petal in a kind of a lighter color, like the smaller flower here and here. I'm going to do kind of the same thing I just did, but I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'm going to lay down a coat of light yellow. Because you know there's yellows in fall, and I'm actually going to kind of pull out more orange and gold into it. So I'm going to do a couple of them real quick side by side to kind of show you what I'm going to do. So there's the light yellow. Now I'm going to go to the dark yellow and do the same thing. I'm going to bring some in from the bottom here with that darker yellow. And some from the tip. Leaving the lighter yellow in the center. Like so. And then I'm going to take the orange again and come in from this base and do my shading on this one in the orange color to make it a fall color, or more of a gold color. And then I'm going to go back to the very lightest color, very lightest yellow, and use that as my blender to knock that orange back in there a little bit. See, it looks good, huh? I like it. All right, I'm going to do that flower with that coloring. So there's my second flower right here. So what I'm going to do is alternate this style and this style all the way up the cross, okay? Let's talk about the centers, though. I want to do something in there. And I've got that one shade of brown, and then I've got this shade of gray. I think I'm going to try using this gray as my lighter color. That's a pretty dark gray, but I'm barely touching. So we'll see how we do with these centers this way. like so. And then I'm going to take this brown to the edges. Then I'm going to softly bring that together with a light hand. I like that one. All right, I think I'm going to do this one a little bit lighter. I think I'm only going to use the gray for it. So I'm going to hit it with a light hand of gray, like so. Then I'm just going to pick up a little more pressure on the edges to get a little more color there. Just let that one be kind of gray in the middle. I don't know, I think I need to put a little bit of brown just because gray's kind of out of place. Just a bit, like that. All right, so I'm going to take that whole style of coloring throughout the rest of the cross, and we'll be back when I'm finished. So there it is, guys. It's all colored. That probably seems like really fast for you guys, but it probably took me about 35 or 40 minutes to color. I love the sheen that you get from color pencil. See how that shimmers? I think that is so pretty. I had fun doing it. Now, do I think coloring is for me long term? I don't know. I think if I were coloring and able to kind of start a project and then come back to it like that, I would really enjoy it. But doing it start to finish, that's a lot, and my hands started to hurt because I press really hard with crayons. So in the future, I would probably do some that were just kind of a series of coloring where I colored a piece and then came back to it. But I do love how this turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and it's a little something different for us. So I'll just glue this into my journal and we'll be ready to go. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I will see you again next Tuesday. Don't forget, we're moving up to Tuesday for the holiday season. So I'll see you next Tuesday for another Scripture Art Journal video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.